All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity, with the hope of receiving mercy to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, the one the world ignorantly called Jesus, who was about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment, as it is written. So right now we're in some serious times. A lot of people, they're unaware. They're living in ignorance, believing that the world that they are looking at now is it. This is it. This is all. Not understanding, say, you have a time for everything under the sun, as it is written. And right now we're in the time of great chaos, time of war, time of mass death. And Yahushua foretold of certain things that are going to transpire before his coming. So let's dive into it. This is Matthew 24 verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of the Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. And the end of the world, right there, mean the end of an age. You know? So the Lord talk about the end of a certain time period, yo. And we're upon the end of this age. Because Yahushua is about to come throw down all kingdoms that are upon the earth. Whether you believe it, yes or no, as it is written, what if some did not believe? For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Meaning, when the alarm of war I get declared, and you hear people are panic about what's taking place over there between Ukraine and Russia, and what's going on over there in the South China Sea, between China and Taiwan and the US and Japan, and what's going on in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine and Syria and Iran. The Lord said we're not supposed to be troubled by these things, because these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And what we're warning you, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, one of the biggest signs of the end is when the MOTB get pushed, which is the RFID microchip, which is going to be a new identity in this new era. So I want to run a clip so you can understand how countries are preparing for worst case scenario. And worst case scenario is World War III.
Here we have another country preparing their citizens for a global conflict that could erupt in some sort of nuclear, biological, or chemical war. Japan says that they are mulling the setup of a evacuation shelter, or a series of them, for the people of Okinawa after the Taiwan tensions threaten to erupt. I want to read a little bit of what's happening here, because we see that the United States of America and other westernized nations are not preparing their people in the same way that the governments of other countries are. Taking from the article, we see that Japan is considering the setting up of an evacuation shelter, or series of them, for residents of the Southern Island Prefecture. This is in case of a contingency plan for Taiwan to be attacked by the country of China. Now, you'll know that China considers Taiwan to be a part of its sole territory, and in that consideration, a part of its sovereignty and an inalienable part of its country. The Japanese government, they say, will step up defensive infrastructure efforts to protect the people of the region, the nationals of the area. And we started to see this plan emerge as mayors of local municipalities asked the chief cabinet secretary during a
listen, the heading, World at War. Just think about that for a minute.
Hello and welcome to this edition of World at War. My name is Mohammed Saleh. The Ukrainian counteroffensive is struggling. Not only is Kiev hampered by a shortage of ammunition, but some of the tactics that are now being deployed by the Russians have created some serious problems. In the past week, Russia has started to use its anti-ship missiles, such as the P-800 Onyx, to strike land targets inside Ukraine. And this has created all kinds of problems for the Ukrainian anti-air defense systems. Consider this. On Wednesday night, Russia struck the Ukrainian port city of Odessa with 19 missiles in a span of less than 2 hours. And according to the Ukrainian Air Force, just about 5 of those 19 Russian missiles could be intercepted. Yuri Inhat, the spokesperson of the Ukrainian Air Force, has now gone on record to state that Ukraine simply hasn't got the means to guard itself against missiles like the Onyx along its coast. So why is Ukraine...
So make you get a look on the weapon that they're talking about.
It's been over 500 days and the Russia-Ukraine war continues to rage. But now something different is happening, which is hurting the Ukrainians. Moscow has unleashed a new weapon and Kyiv has been caught off guard. Recent attacks show that it is defenseless. We are talking about the P-800 Onyx missile, the latest from Russia's arsenal. Thursday marked the third night in a row that Russia launched attacks on Odessa using the Onyx missile. Moscow's forces are also using the missiles to hit other key targets in cities like Mykolaiv. The Ukrainian Air Force is struggling to counter Russia's usage of these missiles, and a spokesperson said that speed and flight profile of the Russian missile complicates the ability to detect and intercept the weapon. The Onyx missile has a range of 300 kilometers, its default trajectory, and a range of 120 kilometers in a low-altitude trajectory. After being accelerated by a rocket booster, the missile propels itself with a kerosene-powered ramjet motor. The Center for Strategic and International Studies says that in a typical flight, the missile can reach an altitude of up to 14 kilometers and a speed up to Mach 2.2. When approaching its targets, the missile then descends to a 10 to 15-meter altitude to avoid detection. At low or terminal altitudes, the missile's maximum speed is Mach 2. The missile has both an active and passive internal navigating system. It is equipped with either a 200-kilometer high explosive or a 250 kilometers.
But the Lord had declared these things. Alright, now He might prepare this in the minds of the leaders of the world. In Joel 3 verse 9, this is what the Lord had told us to declare. Proclaim ye this, this is Joel 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshare into swords, and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And this is what you see taking place now. Every other day here, North Korea try some new missile technology. What are they preparing for? Why military spending around the world is so high? And you're supposed to know who head military spending around the world. Mr. Babylon the Great. This is verse 11. Assemble yourself and come up, all ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about, thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. That is talking about the angels, yeah? Because the angels are there in the time of great slaughter. Scripture tells us the slain of the Lord shall be many. Verse 12. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about. Put in the sickle. This is what the Lord is about to do, yo. The time of great threshing. For the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down for the press is full, the fat overflow, for the wickedness is great. Did not the Lord make it be known that this is the reason why I bring plagues upon the world? Because of what? Wickedness. Let me get that for you in 2 Esdras. I'm just close out on that note. This is 2 Esdras 15, verse 5. It said, Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their earthful works are fulfilled. So this is edifying, just showing you the times that we're in. Now is not the time to be troubled by what's going on. Now is the time to turn to Yahweh Shai before it's too late. The scripture says, Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Showing you that there is coming a time where the Lord will not be found. Now is that acceptable time. Now is when that place of repentance is open unto you. Turn in hither. So with that I want to say, Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Makar Kodash. Shalom.